Hey everybody.
Pearl Crescent Homestead. I'm
That's
Jules.
Still Brian.
Hey, we have to introduce ourselves. So for this video, I actually wanted to do a little bit more of that, but a little bit more in depth. Kind of give the background of our backgrounds and nothing crazy in depth. Won't be boring, but just so that it makes sense.
It shouldn't be boring, but it could be.
Well, just so that it makes sense of what we're trying to do here and how far we've gotten and how far we want to go and
where we came from.
So right now we are about almost a year on our current house.
September 21st will be a year since we moved in.
Yep, and we've been working on the inside of the house, the outside of the house, and all the property. So basically, I just wanted to kind of give the rundown of what it really took to get to this point and kind of what our goals are going forward.
And you can do it too.
Yeah, you can.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So what we're doing is working towards kind of more of a self-sustainable lifestyle. And we have, for us, it's a lot of property, but it's not in the big scheme of things. So we have just under 2 acres here.
Yeah, bigger than we've ever had.
Right. We lived in more suburban/urban areas in the Detroit area most of our lives. So we've always had kind of the postage stamp lots where we had little ponds, wildflowers here and there.
I always put a pond.
But nothing where we could,
wildflower
that sun. So yeah. So
that's a sunset.
There is a sunset back there.
The sun is going down. It might not come back up again tomorrow. Every day is not guaranteed.
That's so morbid.
I like to drop a little bit of morbidity
in every video.
Mm-hmm.
Our plan is to not only kind of live off of the land as much as we can, but also to be sort of financially free, debt free, that type of thing. So we did actually pay.
Yeah, we do not do interest. We try not to, at least. We don't.
We do have a loan on my car, but
yeah, we have a loan on our car.
But it's small, and Brian's background is a residential builder.
Residential and commercial licensed builder out of Southeast Michigan.
Yeah, obviously helped that.
But yeah, so what we would do is this is the first house we've ever lived in. It wasn't like absolutely disgusting. Like disgusting. Our first house that we had together, we bought for $35,000.
Smelled so bad.
It was infested with roaches. But yeah, so that was our first house together, and that needed to be completely gutted, but it had a lot of potential. But that house got us in a position where we bought a house in a neighborhood that we knew was going to be coming up, bought it over the course of 8 years, renovated it, then bought our next house.
Well, that one we lived in. So
yeah,
we lived in it for that whole time, and we did buy a few that were in between there that we renovated and just sold right away.
Our second house together, because the house that we lived in for 8 years had to have a bunch of stuff fixed and finished and all that, and with all of our rabbits, that just wasn't possible. So we bought another house, an even cheaper house, for $20,000. I had to do a bunch of structural work because the house was caving in. That also needed to be gutted. All the plaster had to be taken out because the house had to be jacked up because it was literally caving in the middle.
She was a mess. That one was a mess.
But yeah, we were able to move out of our first house into that house once I got that done.
Sell that, keep the money.
And then I could work on the other house and finish that one up. Sold our original house, pretty much selling that house, bought us our house here.
And honestly, when you are buying and selling houses, if you buy a house that needs work and you pay a normal price for it and you improve it and hold on to it for any amount of time, improve it and then sell it, it does benefit you. You do make money. So depending on, obviously your area and things like that, it would go a little bit differently. Like maybe everyone doesn't live in Detroit, so buying houses for $38,000 and $20,000,
that's not a nationwide price you can get houses for. But Detroit's special.
But you can even buy a house that's $100,000 and sell it for $175,000 or whatever. And every time you do this,
when we moved here, we had a rule. Well, I had a rule that I wouldn't live in a house that was built after like 1983. I hate new houses. I know how badly they're built. There's horror stories everywhere. So we wanted something. Our house here is Hummingbird, 1955. So the bones are good. Anything that really could have happened to the house over time would have already happened. So we got this house, and yeah, it needed a lot of work, but it was livable immediately. We didn't have to like, gut the house just to live there.
This was our first move-in ready house.
Yeah, it was technically move-in ready, but we are still gonna do a ton of work to it.
So how we got to this point was a lot of buying and selling houses, but also I worked for over 20 years doing hair. I worked lots and lots of hours and was extremely busy. And
Fun fact, and I have to say this. When we first met and we started dating, she casually mentioned that with her tip money, she would just put it in envelopes and just hide it in her apartment somewhere. And I was like, well, that's not the best idea. You could probably be getting interest on that if you invest it, or if you put it in a bank, you'll at least get.
That was my mattress money.
That was her mattress money for the apocalypse.
I didn't tell the IRS about that money, so I didn't want to put it in the bank.
IRS don't need that money. But anyways, so that's how we got our first house. I was like, if you buy a house with that money that you have, I will make it worth a lot of money. Because I didn't have money.
Side note, you cannot pay actual cash for a house, I found out. So we had to actually get a loan for the house and then pay cash to do all the renovations.
Yeah, which worked out well.
You can't just pay like bills for a house. But I worked all the time, and I worked really, really hard for 20 years to get to a point where I had some money saved up. So that's how we got our very first start. But we both worked so much.
But we were also willing to live in construction sites, which is a good test for a relationship. So I will always maintain that knowing some form of trades, construction, the more you know, that is worth more than, in my opinion, any college you could go to. If you know how to fix houses or build houses, a lot of people want to buy houses that are like fully turnkey and like
move-in ready.
And you're trusting other people who did the work. And I almost guarantee it's not good. If you're trusting a house flipper, 8 out of 10 times, they shouldn't be flipping no houses.
Well, get your inspections if you're going to do that. But the point is, it builds the equity, and it will give you a good return on your investment if you buy something that needs some updating. So that's how we are in this position now. So we have our little 2-acre plot where we can do whatever we want. Okay, so we packed up all of our rabbits. I think that we had 17 when we moved down here. A dog and a cat, and
a squirrel. Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know. I knew for at least the last 20 years that I did not want to stay in Michigan forever because
I had an itch.
Because it's too cold for me, and I don't like to be cold. And I knew we wanted to live somewhere warm, and we just said, you know what? We have worked really hard, and we've put ourselves in this place. And Brian worked his ass off for the last year of that, and
didn't feel like it though, because I love construction.
As much money as possible, so we were able to take our first year off of living down here, so we didn't have to immediately just figure out what to do.
I'm basically just kind of having a midlife crisis of figuring out.
No crisis.
Yeah, it's not really a crisis, but it is a midlife big change. It's like all the things that I've done my whole life, just stop that and try to make another thing. Yeah,
same. We want to live a little bit slower and a little bit calmer. So that's a good bit about our background, I think. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is kind of our goals here, because we've had our plans kind of evolve and change already a little bit, but my biggest thing, my main goal is so that we can buy less and live more so off of our land. That's my...
we're learning that, and it's pretty cool. It does take a long time and a lot of time to learn everything, and that's another luxury of not having to go work for other people Yeah.
But groceries are expensive. Groceries are too freaking expensive, and I want to be able to have a almost all year rotation of things that we're growing to supplement what we're eating. If we can supplement even 50% of our food bill, that would be huge. But my goal is kind of to be able to say 50% I want of our consumables I want to be producing. That's huge to me. And if we can make a little bit of money just to kind of support what we're doing here, then that is also ideal for me. That is a huge goal of mine.
That's the idea of what we want to do.
So hopefully that actually strikes a chord with some people, and some people are interested in seeing how we kind of get that actually accomplished.
Yeah, because we do not know if it's going to be successful.
Right, we're winging it. This is our journey.
Yeah,
and you're on it.
Yeah, thankfully we're not like super high-end expensive people. We don't go on trips. We don't we barely ever go out to eat. I like being home.
But we can't leave anyway because of our animals.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hopefully we can be helpful in other people learning a little bit about different things they could do to kind of reduce the typical consumption, reduce the bills a little bit, and
yeah, make money off of your own like abilities. I don't know
before
if these
anybody
people
comes
around
for
here.
us, we aren't taking any money from the state. Okay?
Oh yeah.
We're not just like, we don't want to work and also take money from
We are
have
living on savings and
Right.
and
we have zero income.
not ever been on
Unless we
welfare
sell
or
something.
any sort of
Right,
government assistance.
So
Not that
don't
there's
get
anything
that out of
wrong
your
with
head.
that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what we're doing.
Yeah, we're not just like, hey, I don't want to work.
That is just me getting that out there so that everybody is aware.
Yeah, we're not Elon Musk. Too soon? Yeah, thank you for watching this video again.
We do appreciate it. If you made it all this far, boy,
you know what they say. Hit that like button. Thank you for watching, though. Honestly,
for watching.
I don't know if we're saying the right things.
A like, a share, a subscribe. Those are the things we're supposed to ask for, and we really appreciate you. And thank you for staying with us. And hopefully, we see you again.
Hopefully, the next time you see our video, it's us saying, "Hey, we're in a good mood." Bye.